What's going on, everyone? Welcome to 3D Rivals, the podcast where we talk about comic books and movies and everything in between. My name is Darren, aka DJ Shadow, and as always, I've forced my two siblings to join me here. I'm joined with my sister,
Dolores. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Having a little voice problem, sister?
That was Dolores.
Dolores.
She had a voice problem last week too. I think she cracked last time.
And that other voice you hear is my brother Derek.
Oh, I couldn't introduce myself. What's up, y'all?
Do you ever introduce yourself?
I don't know. Maybe we need to add that to the podcast.
Why?
Like
So
I have
introduce myself.
have my own theme music.
Demands and stuff?
Didn't you get fired last week?
I get fired every week,
Oh, no.
but affirmative action keeps me employed.
Oh, good job. So this week we're going to go over some information about Captain Marvel, so everyone can be prepared for the movie that's coming out next week. Of course, we will discuss that as well. Before we do that, we always have the news. So first thing, Dark Phoenix trailer. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes.
And it looks a lot like X-Men The Last Stand.
It does look similar. It seems like they're showing that she's going to kill Mystique or something in the trailer.
Yeah. I hope not, but it did look like it.
I don't really care. I'm tired of Jennifer Lawrence anyway, so...
She does look for a great Mystique. I definitely like, who's Rebecca Romaine or something? Is that her name?
I do like that Mystique better. I think they characterize her a bit better, but I don't know. It's weird to say that because in the First Class storyline, Mystique had more of a backstory and more of a characterization, but
But it wasn't the right backstory.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, she was fine in First Class. Yeah, I mean...
Well, you already know my issues with First Class, so...
First Class was a good movie.
It was a good movie, but I just don't understand of just making up stuff.
Well, I mean, technically, Marvel just makes up stuff.
But they
Let's talk about how we make up stuff, but then you end the story the same way it ended before.
True. I mean, if you just gonna make up stuff, you could have just made Dark Phoenix anything.
Right.
X-Men 3 2.0.
Oh, man.
Well, this one's the fourth movie, so...
Well, I forgot that Age of Apocalypse existed.
Oh, God.
That was awful. Which was very disappointing because, I mean, Apocalypse should have been, like, legit.
I was so excited for Apocalypse because, okay, First Class came out.
I was, too.
Like, First Class came out, then you had Days of Future Past, which to me wasn't that, like, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, oh, it's still a decent movie. I still enjoyed it. And then...
I like the Days of Future Past. I felt that it could have been better, but comic book wise, it's tricky and all over the place with the story.
Yeah, well, I feel like
so it's like to make that into a movie.
It was other things that had issues in Days of Future Past. So, like, I feel like the plot line, like, they did what they could do because Days of Future Past, the comic, is confusing. And so that was okay. I mean, I watched it the second time, and I liked it a lot better than I did the first time I watched it.
Yeah, I got the Rogue cuts on Blu-ray.
Is that a
okay.
Or...
Yeah, it was the scene with Rogue that they cut out of the movie.
Is it an important scene, or...?
Yeah, because when Kitty Pryde got, slashed by Wolverine, they got Rogue to replace her. So she took Kitty Pryde's powers and replaced her because Kitty Pryde was bleeding out.
Oh, why would they cut that?
I don't know, but it makes more sense in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That makes perfect sense. Why would you cut that out?
Yeah, there were some other things that I think made the movie make a little bit more sense as well. But it wasn't a whole bunch. It was basically the same movie. Unlike Batman v Superman with their extended cut, which is a completely different movie. But let's not
Yeah.
get into.
But on the same page about like cuts and stuff, it's like, why did you cut it on a lot of stuff like TV shows and movies? It's like they cut stuff out, and then you're like, this scene would have made more sense with this in there.
Well, that's when they cut things for time.
Yeah, especially with movies.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially like some movies, a lot of people like to stay around that 2-hour mark, except for Marvel.
For whatever reason, I'm just like, if it's a good movie and I'm sitting there watching it, I'm not paying attention to how long I'm sitting there.
A study somewhere says that people don't like to see a movie longer than 2 hours.
I don't know. I think the movie just has to be interesting. Like, I shouldn't be able to tell that it's more than 2 hours.
Like, I feel like if the movie is interesting, I don't care how long it is. And I feel like I've only been into like one real long movie, and I'm like, I'm still sitting here.
Yeah. Well, just like, let's say The Dark Knight, super long movie, right?
Yeah.
But like in the theater, I didn't really notice how long it was. I think until we got to the boat scene, which is the end of the movie. But, like when we got to the boat scene, that's when I realized, like, man, we've been here for a while. But like the movie was so engaging, I didn't really notice, and now I think that's the key.
I think like Avengers was like that. Like I didn't realize how long it was until after them. I'm like, oh, it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, when you
forever.
leave. You leave the theater.
But yeah, it's like, when do they ask these questions? Because all right, yeah, if you asking me right now while I'm just not watching at all, yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, I would rather a movie be 2 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Yes, I will say that. But are you asking this after I watch a movie? Like, I feel that would be more accurate.
Yeah, I feel like, while people were watching Titanic, did they feel like Titanic was too long? I mean, that's like...
Hey, I felt like Titanic was too long, and I was watching that on VHS at home.
That's different. For the people who like Titanic, they thought it was great. I just fast forward to the end.
I think... Well, I forget what I was going to say. But yeah, it's kind of... It really depends on the movie. And, like, if you have a lot to say, I don't like when it's 2 hours, but you're trying to put too much into that 2 hour time span. Like, kind of like how they said Avengers Endgame coming out it's going to be probably 3 hours long. And to me, when I heard... Now, normally if I hear a movie's going to be 3 hours long, I'm like, oh my God, no, why? But with this, since there's so much to explain... I actually kind of want it to be 3 hours long because I don't want them to skimp on anything. I want to understand what's happening, So, I don't know.
Agreed.
Yeah. But Ant-Man is 2 hours, and I think that's fine.
It's perfect, yeah. I was thinking it was shorter than that, yeah. But Ant-Man's the perfect... It doesn't...
Yeah, I felt Ant-Man was like the perfect time.
Yeah.
Perfect time. Not too long, not too short.
Yeah, so it depends on the movie. But back to the Dark Phoenix trailer. So we got way off on a tangent.
My bad.
So, I do feel like, even though it is, yes, it definitely seems like much of a copy of X-Men 3. I think they're doing it a little better, probably. At least I think the Phoenix looks better.
Are they, though? I mean, I feel like the major point should be that the people from space, I don't know what they were called.
Shi'ar?
Gives Jean Grey the Phoenix Force.
Is that how I don't know, I don't know exactly how it happens in the comics. Is it? Okay.
At least that's how it happened in the comic book. I mean, not the comic book, the cartoon. Did not read the comic.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
I thought they were trying to kill the Phoenix Force or something.
I thought they gave to protect it or something.
I don't know. It's one of those two things. Either they were trying to protect it or they were trying to kill it. It's a thin line.
Either way, I feel like they should have that in the movie, and they're not doing that.
Now, when they were first in production, they were saying that they were going to have... No, they said they were going to have a scroll in it. And I don't think they are anymore.
That's the least important. Why is there a scroll in this movie?
I don't know, because really Jean Grey should be the villain of this movie, period. Like, if you're doing a Dark Phoenix Saga movie, Jean Grey should be the villain. Like, you don't need other villains. Just like I feel like with Civil War, we didn't need Zemo in that.
Zemo was
it
so
should have
pointless.
just been Captain America versus Iron Man. We didn't need someone manipulating it. They would have gone against each other anyway. So, in this, Phoenix should be the main villain. And if the Skrull really are in it, I think that's kind of a waste.
Yeah. But in the case with Civil War, though, I think they wanted to have like a slightly different reason than what was in the comic book. Because in the comic book, how it started was with the guy exploding and killing all those children in the elementary.
I thought they wanted to like use a Captain America villain. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have good villains.
No, he doesn't.
Zemo's one, and that other guy, Barack, whatever, the guy he was fighting.
Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah. The Leaper.
So I felt like they was like, oh, it's a Captain America movie, so we got to use one of his people.
Yeah, that's true, because it is a Captain America movie. Yeah. And it's funny because we refer to the movie as Civil War, but it's actually a Captain America movie.
It's Avengers.
That's an Avengers movie, straight up. Like,
yeah, it is.
That is a straight up Avengers movie.
It is an Avenger movie, straight up.
I mean...
Because it was the Avengers throughout the whole movie.
Right. This movie is not about Captain America.
Yeah.
It's about
No, it's not. Honestly, that could be Iron Man. It could be an Iron Man movie.
All right, but back to the Dark Phoenix trailer, guys. So it seems like premise of the movie is they go out into space. She gets hit with the Phoenix Force. Stuff goes bad, and she leaves. And they confront her about it, and she kills Mystique, possibly Quicksilver, and then she kills everybody like she does in X3. And Beast is mad at Professor X.
Right. Only thing that's gonna make this different is Wolverine doesn't show up and kill her.
Wolverine should not be. Well, Hugh Jackman's done, so
He needs to come back. Just
he's done.
No, he's done.
He's done. He's not coming back. He said he's done.
He can't work out like that anymore. Okay.
I mean, like, I know he's old, but
that's ridiculous. You saw him in the Wolverine. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, he was huge in the Wolverine.
That's okay. But
he was even big in X-Men Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
He was in it.
Yeah, he was in it he had like a cameo.
Oh, that's when they went up the thing.
That whole part of that movie was pointless.
They just wanted.
It was. I'm like, so we just gonna have this sneak peek of the Weapon X and just randomly in the movie?
They just threw out Weapon X in there.
I think they just wanted to pay Hugh Jackman for his last
movie.
his last movie cameo.
Right, his contract said, 16 movies. We gotta put him in it.
Yeah. He probably was like, hey, I'm not doing this anymore, so y'all need to hurry up and put me in a movie.
So, what you're saying about Hugh Jackman? Yes, I think he can play a character in the MCU. He should not play Wolverine.
Who else could he play? He could be old.
That would be so weird.
And they add in.
He could be old Logan.
What's his
Old man
daughter's?
Logan. And add in X-23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Laura.
Maybe.
I just want to see Hugh Jackman.
See what they do.
That's all.
So, So hopefully Wolverine doesn't come in and kill Jean Grey. That doesn't even mean anything in this universe because there's no relationship between Wolverine and Jean Grey in this.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Also,
that's true.
Know what? Scott's gonna kill her. But did we build that relationship?
Yeah.
They just showed up in Apocalypse last movie. We barely know these characters, even though she ex machina the Apocalypse movie.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so that's when a character comes in and just wins because, kind of like Superman and Justice League. Okay. It's like, oh, we're having such a hard time with this. Deus Ex Machina, Superman comes in and it.
Yep.
No real explanation for it.
Okay.
Yep.
I got it.
So that's something that writers use when they've written themselves into corners. Like, oh, all of a sudden this character can do this. Type of
Yeah, Deanna, you probably. I mean,
We've been doing something. We've been weeks without you messing this up.
that's true. But
You mean Dolores?
yeah, Dolores.
That's right.
But they do that in stories a lot of times too,
I know,
where it's just
that's
like
what it
randomly
is.
the end just get put together, and you were like, really?
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I like James Patterson. He always keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, I've seen one of his books in the store the other day. I
You
was
seen
like,
one of his books? He wrote like 100 books.
I know. Wait till I finish my story. I was
I've
like,
seen one of those.
I was like, oh wow, it's James Patterson. I like his writing. I should get this, but I didn't get it.
Dude.
So,
He has so many writings that now he has to have co-authors to keep up with all his writings because he cannot physically
well, that's normal.
finish out writing everything.
Those books are
Yeah.
good. Like
Yeah.
I know y'all don't read like I read, but those have been pretty
Wow,
good.
flexing much? I know you don't read like I read.
Hashtag burn.
I'm just saying that I read a lot of those and like a lot of ones he's came out recently, and they have been really good.
Okay.
I haven't read any of his books recently. Honestly, I did a lot of reading when I was out of work.
Okay.
So now that you have a job, you can read.
It's time consuming.
You do nothing when you come home. I actually work when I come home.
So, ending out this trailer.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing you guys really aren't interested.
We're still on this.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it.
Yes, we have.
we have talked about this.
X-Men 3.
The one thing
We-
I thought was cool was her like crushing Magneto's helmet and stuff.
Oh, dude, I was like, please don't kill my
they better
man
not
like
kill
that.
Magneto. Like that's one person. Like, hey, if you want to bring over Magneto from this universe and into the MCU, yes, keep
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender. I like him as
Yes,
Magneto.
I like him as Magneto too.
Yeah, you know they're
I
not
definitely
going to
agree.
because Marvel was just like they
Oh,
changed
yeah.
Spider-Man. They're gonna be like, nope.
Yeah, they're all
Characters.
actors. Yeah.
Yeah. Because nobody had a problem with what's the name of Spider-Man at the time.
Oh,
People-
Andrew
Oh.
Garfield?
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, people didn't really have a problem with him as Spider-Man.
No, it was the movies.
Yeah, so but
Yeah,
But Tom Holland's better.
Tom Holland is better. I do agree.
yeah, he is.
Although,
I would say overall, Tom Holland is a better actor.
yes.
Probably I haven't seen Andrew
Andrew
Garfield
Garfield's so-
in most.
Goofy looking.
Aren't they all?
True. But Tom Holland's like kind of cute and goofy, so it's okay.
Yeah, he is a fun
Yeah.
person. I do like Tom Holland. So yeah, the scene with her crushing Magneto's helmet, really like that. And then where Magneto like picks up all the guns and is shooting at her, but it's like at no effect.
Yeah,
Weird to me.
yeah, I thought that was a pretty sweet scene.
Does she like have a shield or something? Like it can't.
She is
With the Phoenix
telekinetic.
Force?
She can just
It
follow
is-
him. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm just asking.
And then
Yeah, in the Phoenix, I think she does have some kind of
Why did he just hit her
shield
with a
or
train?
force.
True just hit her with. Well, I guess she can probably stop the train.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Yeah, she was
saying that.
burning through the train as she was going towards them.
Look.
Well, you gotta remember they said Jean Grey is stronger than Professor X.
Yes,
She's like the strongest mutant.
yeah. They actually weak her down, actually, in stories and stuff. But yeah, real talk. No one can beat her. Nobody.
Maybe Scarlet
Scarlet
Witch.
Witch.
Oh well,
She cray as
Dude.
well, too.
Is.
she. Yeah, they do unless they want to start a random story about
That's the thing
something.
about the
Then
MCU,
it's
they definitely dumbed down Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, but I think they're getting
yeah.
to
Oh yeah. In the
they're
movies.
making her stronger, like ever so
Are they
little.
gonna make her crazy? Because
Maybe.
she's crazy in the head.
She's gonna be in a TV show.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna have her own TV show. So
Oh
Can they
yeah,
bring
yeah. That's right.
Quicksilver?
Forgot about that.
So can they bring Quicksilver back?
I know.
I mean, not
kinda,
that guy who was playing him, but just a Quicksilver.
I don't know. Hey, you know what? That's a fight I kind of want to see in an MCU movie: Scarlet Witch versus Jean Grey.
Scarlet Witch just wins.
Ah.
Hands down.
You think so?
Definitely.
All right.
I'm not a fan of Jean Grey.
I know. I'm not really either, but She's strong. So the biggest thing before we move on from this trailer, the biggest thing I want to see in this movie is how Professor X gets Professor X'd in this movie.
How he what?
So in every movie, Professor X gets, disabled somehow because generally he can solve all the problems they have. So in the first movie, they put some poison in Cerebro. In the second movie, he was gassed. In the third movie, he exploded.
Yeah.
So...
You're right.
So I want to know, like, in Days of Future Past, he was taking a drug that took away his powers. So...
Yeah.
Otherwise...
That's another thing. It's the same in the comic books. It's just like, take Professor X out. And it's just like, how does a person that can read people's minds and know where you are get taken out all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to know how they're going to Professor X. I'm guessing Beast slaps him or something, and then he's out.
He didn't see it coming.
So
I can read. Wait.
So yeah, that movie's coming out still. I think I might be more excited for this movie if the Disney Fox merger wasn't happening, but since it's happening, it's kind of like it's kind of a combination of Apocalypse happening, which was horrible, and the Disney Fox merger. So this movie's kind of pointless anyway.
I agree, and I'm not a fan of whatever her name is that's playing Jean Grey.
Yeah, Sophie Turner.
Yeah.
I don't like her that much.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know who? Now we're thinking about who we want to see in the MCU? Rogue, like a real Rogue.
Yes. Well,
she's my favorite female X-Men.
We have Captain Marvel. I do want them to do that story.
Yes. Although we got a lot of Brie Larson. I think she signed like a 7-movie contract.
Yeah, she's in 7. She's the next. Her and Black Panther are the next heads of
Can
the
they
Avengers.
replace her?
She in 7?
7.
Why is that surprising? They're all in 7.
I know, but
It's Captain Marvel, right?
Brie Larson. Just like literally, it's
they're
like
not replacing a character.
You know, like how in Fresh
unless
Prince
she
of
does something
Bel-Air,
real bad.
and then like all of a sudden Aunt Viv changed into someone differently.
Right. She went dark skin to light skin all of a sudden, or on My Wife and Kids.
Yeah,
Claire went. Yeah.
That was.
They can do it.
Megan Good disappeared.
So yeah.
Oh, Megan! They did it twice on My Wife and Kids.
Yeah,
Megan Good was supposed to be his baby mama.
Yeah.
His changed.
So they did it twice?
Yeah, because they changed the daughter.
They changed their daughter, yeah. They're not doing that with Brie Larson.
I'm just saying.
You haven't even watched the movie with her.
I already told you she looks so boring.
Just watch the movie and then form an opinion.
I already know I'm going to like the movie, but dislike her.
Okay. But I've said before that Captain Marvel's, like, her character, she's not that likable.
Brie Larson opens her mouth.
Wow.
Sheesh. Man.
Sheesh.
I'm gonna let you talk. All right.
You're right. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm just saying. They could straight up Aunt Viv her.
Anyhow, Rogue. We could put Rogue in the MCU. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Rogue.
Okay.
You're gonna get a Magneto and you're gonna get a Professor X. Those are given.
Okay.
Some of the other mutants, maybe not.
I mean, you can get a Gambit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, finally give us Gambit.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Professor X.
That's standard.
Yeah.
And a good storm.
Yeah.
Storm, yeah.
A real storm.
They probably pick a real good storm.
And then she can marry Black Panther.
Right.
Yo. That's what's up.
Yep.
Actually, that's what I said before because my theory is they're not going to start with an X-Men movie. You're going to have X-Men characters introduced in all different movies.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can Black Panther 2 introduce Aurora Monroe.
Yeah. That would be a perfect.
Oh, you know how they do in between movies. They broke up.
Right. Just give it a one line. Yeah. Whatever happened to things didn't work out.
Yeah,
Man,
I don't
was
want her to
hoping
get
it
rid
did.
of her because Lupita's really good though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he has to marry Storm.
True. So Lupita's character is a villain anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought she would make a good Storm.
She would. They used her already.
Yeah.
There's more African actors.
Yes.
Do you know them?
No, but I mean, did
They
you know
exist.
half of these other people?
They were
True.
in stuff we don't watch, like The Walking Dead. and
Yeah,
stuff.
Denai was in Walking Dead, and Lupita has been in a bunch of. She was in Star Wars.
She was in 12. Was it 12 Years a Slave?
I think so. So she's been in a bunch of stuff that I've seen. I think at least.
Yeah.
So I knew who she was beforehand. But you know what? Just get one of the random Dora Milaje that, you know, we don't really pay attention to the rest of them besides Denai, right? So pick one of them. Make them Storm. But all right, next bit of news.
Oh, okay.
We barely got through this. This wasn't even a lot of news today, guys. So, the news has come out that the writers for Spider-Man Homecoming are now writing for the Flash movie.
Okay.
So
I like that idea.
That's decent, yeah. I would be more excited about it, but the Flash movie has already had 3 rewrites.
Wow.
But at least this one, I feel like it would gain, you know, more of like Flash. Because Flash is kind of like lighthearted and all of that.
True. Yeah, I think, thinking about how Spider-Man Homecoming was, the Flash is more like that. He's a silly character. It should be funny. They did really good with that in Homecoming, so maybe this would be pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully. Although movies that get rewritten a bunch of times usually end up trash.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, because, I mean, unless they're scrapping everything starting from the beginning,
They have to, right?
yeah, I guess so. But the thing is, the problem is, the rewrites are probably because of studio interference, and if we have learned anything, studio interference with movies generally cause it to be bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I definitely would want to see a Flash movie. If it's done right, it could be really good.
Is there a schedule, like, release year? Like 2021 or something?
I think it's 22. I'm not sure. I don't know. Nothing in DC is hard lined right now, though.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. The Edge of Tomorrow, that movie Tom Cruise was in, apparently it's getting a sequel.
Was that about him coming back to life? Or was that...
It's he kept reliving the same day over and over again.
Okay.
I seen 10 minutes of that movie. Come finish
I
it.
was on something and I was going to watch, but I didn't. Wait, that was like 8 years ago, wasn't it?
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Is it with Tom Cruise?
This new one?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just said a sequel's in the works. It probably is going to have Tom Cruise. Why not?
Yeah.
But I don't think they have anybody signed on yet.
I can't really comment on it because I didn't see the movie. So I can't say whether or not it needs a sequel or not. Probably not, but...
I never really watched it. Like I said, I have only seen 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what to say.
Yeah. Same here. So, hey, I was like, maybe we watch Edge of Tomorrow and then see if we want to see this.
Okay.
Shazam is coming out soon. It's tracking for a $48 million opening.
That's it?
Yeah, which I'm kind of surprised because it seemed like there was a lot of hype for this movie. But then the article I was reading painted this in a good light. But I was like, weren't we just down on the Lego movie for opening with $35 million?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like, it seemed like there was a lot of hype behind it. So, and especially for a big... Maybe it's not a big budget, though. Maybe that's why.
That's true. I guess Lego has a lot of CGI, so
Yeah.
it might be.
So, yeah, maybe it's good because Shazam was, like, you know, maybe an $80 million movie or something.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't look up the budget. So maybe that's good. I mean, it does look decent, at least. You know, it doesn't look like a bad movie.
Yeah. I mean, budget has a lot to do with that. I mean, if it takes $10 for you to make something and you make $15 off of it,
And you made a profit.
I mean, that's good.
That's it. Economics 101.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but that's good. So it seems like that's good for them. I'll have to look up the budget, see what's up.
This still seems low for a superhero movie.
Yeah, I would expect Shazam.
Suzanne?
Shazam. I would expect it to make more, considering that Aquaman made so much money.
Yeah, it seems. I don't know. I mean, the movie looks super corny, but
Yeah, but maybe Aquaman has that Jason Momoa draw and everything, and plus people seem to like him in
but
Justice
did
League.
people know who Jason Momoa was?
Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones. Of course they know who he is.
Oh, I don't watch Game of Thrones. Okay,
Yeah. Everybody watches that but us.
okay.
So-
I got you. Well, I ain't got HBO, so
Right. Yeah. Can't afford HBO in these parts.
Yeah, I could add it to Hulu, but who wants to do that?
that's $15 a month.
I know, right? It was
That's
ridiculous.
$15.
That's more than I regularly pay for Hulu already.
Right.
So yeah. I actually do hope that the movie does well. I mean, I'm still kind of rooting for DC to pick up stuff, you know, do a little better, hopefully. But in contrast, Avengers Endgame, their tracking numbers have come up. It's tracking for an opening of $282 million.
That's
Wow.
ridiculous, but not surprising. That's
Yes,
crazy.
That's true. I mean, I don't know if it's going to make that much, but Infinity War made like 260 something million, so
Well, then, yeah.
that's got to cover their budget in the first weekend.
No, it'll be close. I think this is like a 320 movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big budget movie, definitely.
Yeah. But dang,
But that's a lot of money.
280 in one weekend?
That's a lot of money.
That's an awful lot.
But
That is.
Yo, how can I get in on these movies?
I mean, you pay all the all the actors is paid.
Black superhero. or
short
something.
black superhero.
Yeah.
What's the short black
I don't know.
superhero?
I mean, they're all like 5'8", and I'm not nearly that tall, so.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can.
We can CGI your height.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play like an alien character. Yeah, we all three should be in the movie. I could play. I don't know. There's no superhero that fits me. I could play Static Shock. Look, I'll get in on
There
DC.
you go. I was gonna say Cyborg. 'Cause I'm
Static Shock?
Who's playing Cyborg?
The guy who's playing Cyborg is huge, and I am nowhere near that muscular.
Yeah.
Look how big Michael B. Jordan got.
That's true. That's
He
right.
did
If
get
you're on that
huge.
movie diet, you know you would
Yeah.
get big.
And you got a personal trainer.
Well, they had a 6-week plan in Cell magazine.
The thing is, the actors have the time to do that.
You have the time.
True. Did you just
No.
say we got time?
First of all, it's their job to work out for that movie.
Right. They getting paid to do it.
So is that why y'all don't work out? Because you ain't getting paid?
No, that's not why.
Yep.
I'm just lazy. That's why I
Yep.
don't work out.
I'm saying yes.
But yes, if I had nothing else to do and I was being paid to work out, sure, I'd be real fit.
Yep.
They have other things to do.
What else do they have to do?
I don't know, act in a movie?
No, they do
They
it
gotta go on
before.
press tours?
They do it before. You do the press tours after the movie, and you always notice how much smaller they are during the press tours than they were in the movie.
Well, you can't stay in that much shape for that long.
Well, you can't maintain that diet for that long.
No, you can't.
It's the 6 weeks plan. You want me to download it for you?
No, I don't.
He was on the cover of the
No,
magazine.
no,
You sure?
no. I don't want to look like Hugh Jackman.
That was okay.
I feel like it hurts. I feel like it hurts to look like that. It's probably painful. um, so, you know what? I could play Nova.
Who?
Nova.
Oh yeah.
I just shaved my mustache.
Yeah, he could.
Is he black?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anybody would care about that change in cast. It's
Okay.
Nova, you know. It's not like you make a Superman black or something.
I don't know who that is.
There would be complaints.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would would complain.
No, he's talking about Nova.
I'm like, no, Superman, I'm definitely complaining.
There are black Kryptonians, but no, don't make the main Superman. I do want to see a Miles Morales movie, though. Be nice, Sony. You could do that. That would make sense.
That'd be dope.
So let's talk about Bond a little bit. Rami Malek. I
don't know.
The guy who played Queen in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
Well, the band is Queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He is in talks to play the villain for Bond 25, which I think is good. He looks like a villain type.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very concerned that this movie didn't have a villain yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe this means that stuff is happening now. We're moving forward.
For like 3 years.
Oh my God! Just start over. I'm tired of this particular Bond universe anyway. And just give me a new one. Hurry up. It's like,
All the universes are connected. Just continue on.
I don't know.
Yeah, in the same way the X-Men universe is connected.
Well, the ones before Daniel Craig was definitely connected. And I'm mad at the fact that they keep trying to make James Bond a different person. Like, he's the same guy he was in 1964.
Yeah.
And, all this other nonsense, y'all need to stop.
Yeah, the thing about James Bond is they have to realize where we're going to see these movies for. It's a James Bond movie, so I want to see gadgets, I want to see ridiculous fights and explosions and stuff. That's what James Bond's about.
Right. I want to see spy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't Jason Bourne. I think that's when Jason Bourne came out, they started trying to do that type of thing, and it's like,
yeah.
Nah.
I mean, I get being a little more serious because in the 90s and early 2000s, they got a little. I don't know. I mean,
I'm starting to realize a lot of the movies and stuff was like that in the 90s. Look like going back and watching movies and stuff.
Well, like the Batman movies.
Yeah, like how Batman it went from being dark to just being really silly and dumb.
Well, that's because I think parents complain and
don't go take your kid.
Yeah.
It's really just
but you gotta remember, when 89 came out, there was no PG-13. It was PG and rated R.
89 wasn't PG-13?
No, I'm saying that rating didn't exist.
Right.
So either the movie was G, PG, or rated R. So a lot of things that should have been rated PG-13 were rated PG.
Okay, look.
But some things that should have been rated PG-13 was rated R.
I mean, I get that. There were some things I'm like, why was this movie rated R? But, I mean, common sense.
Yeah.
You can look at a movie and tell if you can take your kids to see this or not.
True, yeah. Well, I mean, again, I still don't take a 5-year-old. Even to some of the Marvel movies, it's like, don't take your 5-year-old to see this movie.
Well, every kid is different, and you know your kid, whether or not they can handle it.
Yeah. True. Yeah,
right. We knew that we couldn't take Darren to go see Twister. We just knew that.
Yeah.
Well, tornadoes could really happen, okay?
Such a scare. You were scared off the commercial.
Because there were tornadoes, and I thought we were going to die in a tornado. That is a legitimate fear.
You're so ridiculous. By the way, I saw Twister in the theater. It was good. And it was kind of scary.
Yeah,
it was.
But I wasn't, scared to go see it.
I was also a child.
Man, bye.
When did Twister come out? When did Twister come out? I had to be 5. Don't even.
I don't remember. What year did Twister come out?
Probably 9.
We about to find out.
Whatever. While you're looking that up, the Disney
1996.
So I was 6 years old.
Okay, all right. So I got you by 2 years. I saw it.
You were 9. There's a big difference between 6 and 8 and 9, whatever ages we were.
Don't try to justify your scariness.
Anyhow, the Disney Fox merger may close this month, which is mid-March, because Brazil is yes, mid-March. Okay, mid-March. Brazil is doing its final signings on everything, and then there's like a 10-day turnaround after that, and then that's it.
Cool.
Sweet. I'm excited because that means they get to, quotation, start working on the mergers with the Fantastic Four and X-Men universe into the MCU.
That still means we got like 4 years before we see it.
True.
Yeah, it's going to be a few years, but I think we're going to see characters pop up here and there. And I know Marvel is all acting like, oh, well, you know, we haven't heard anything. We don't know anything about this. These dudes had 2 scripts for Civil War. If they got Spider-Man and if they didn't, I don't want to hear it. You know, as soon as they heard about that merger, they started working on ideas. They may not have full scripts for these movies, but they started working on ideas for this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They're prepared. They're always prepared.
There's a lot of closed door meetings going.
What'd you say there?
Like, you can't cut out.
I said there's a lot of closed door meeting going on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that, and I feel like they already had a lot of ideas on what they wanted to do and what they realized was possible. I'm pretty sure they got people right away, like, what projects can we do?
Yeah.
So, no.
So the only thing they don't have is actors and definitive scripts and stuff like that. But, like, Black Widow movie, you can throw some characters in that.
No.
Yeah.
All they need is the Winter Soldier and Hawkeye.
Okay. You think Hawkeye is going to be in her movie?
I think he should.
Being what?
The Black Widow movie.
The Black Widow movie. He should be the guy chasing her or something. I don't know what the movie's about, but
We'll see.
I feel like he's a big part of her story.
Yeah. Well, I just want Storm and Black Panther, like we talked about there. Mm-hmm. And then what else? We got Spider-Man coming out, the third movie.
Spider-Man.
The
Punisher.
Don't put the Punisher. Daredevil, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
That would be 2 years probably from the Netflix deal being over. Throw Daredevil and Spider-Man out, be cool.
Yeah, you went Daredevil and Spider-Man.
Wolverine.
I was going to say Wolverine, but I thought you was going to shut me down for saying that.
No, Wolverine and Spider-Man? That's what's up.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Wolverine team up a lot.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Deadpool.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think they should do a double movie with that. Do one movie with Deadpool and Spider-Man's movie, so you get your watered down Deadpool for folks, and then do another movie with Spider-Man and Deadpool's movie.
That's cool. Write a letter and tell Marvel that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get this in the works, Marvel. I know you're listening.
Yep. I'm telling you, Marvel might as well just go ahead and sponsor our podcast.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's okay. We will sell out. It will be Marvel positive everything. We will forget about Inhumans and Thor 2. Okay?
Yep.
They don't exist. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
You've made no mistakes. God, those were horrible things. Okay. The Disney Plus Marvel shows, they've come out and said that they're definitely going to be hard tied into the MCU. So none of this loose tie-in that you get from like
the Netflix shows.
Netflix shows. They're saying the stuff that happens to these characters in the shows, and that makes them make character changes and stuff. That's going to show up in the next movie that they're in as well. Though, you know, those changes will stick with them.
So does this mean I'm going to have to get a Marvel streaming service? Disney streaming service?
That was guaranteed anyways.
I mean, I was getting it. You don't have to get it if you don't want to, but...
I mean, it's all over to him to watch it.
Yeah, we can have
funds
Marvel shows parties.
Funds are y'all come over here at my TV.
It's going to be, they said it's going to be like $4 or something like that. You bundle it with Hulu.
Yeah, that you got Hulu?
No.
So it'll just be me.
No.
That's okay, guys. You can come over to my house and watch the
Just
show.
log into my Hulu.
Log into your Hulu?
Yeah.
Oh, fine. You want to pay for it?
No, I want to pay for it.
Let's tap into her Hulu.
Let's not.
She always got free stuff.
I know.
Excuse. I need free things.
You need free things.
She couldn't even say it. She couldn't even say it.
One side note, he did say, he like explicitly said this too. He was like, yeah, all these characters, the things that happen to them, Oh well, not so much Loki. And I was like, okay, so Loki's dead. He's gone.
He's dead.
He's gone.
It's so sad, but I think he's dead. Yeah. But I think you kind of got to kill him because Thor's done, right?
Yeah, he had his 3 movies, so I'm
it's
figuring
like,
he's only going to pop up and stuff.
If Thor is gone, there's no need for Loki.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Loki show on the streaming service is about the past.
Yeah.
It's him in the past. So it's nothing current.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Disappointing.
Yep, that thing. Yeah. Tear.
But,
yeah.
Okay.
We do a moment of silence.
A moment of silence for Loki.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about, before we get into Captain Marvel's comic book history, let's talk about a little bit about the actress playing Captain Marvel, Brie Larson.
Talked about her.
Yes. Well, Rotten Tomatoes for the Captain Marvel movie had to take down their want to see ratings. That's where people, before the movie comes out, you know, they put whether or not they really want to see this movie. Well, they had to take it down because there were basically trollers driving the score down because of what she said about being more inclusive on the press tours and stuff like that. So my whole thing with this, regardless of what she said and how you feel about it, movies, like, there are a lot of people whose livelihood goes into this movie. You got the people doing the CGI, the set designers, the clothing designers and stuff. For you to try to ruin a movie because of this actress, that's real dirty. Like, if you don't want to see the movie because of her, then don't
go see it.
Don't try to ruin the money that this movie makes because of how you feel.
Well, you know, I agree with that because I never understood. People put so much effort in trying to trash a movie. They did that to that Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
They try to do it to, like, Black Panther. And I'm like, seriously, like, you are putting a lot of work into getting people not to see this movie. Like, if you don't want to see it for whatever reason, you hate women, black people, whatever, don't go see the movie. I don't need to hear you, like, when I was looking up information about Captain Marvel, I was like, I'm just going to watch a bunch of stuff on YouTube about it. And all the comments was just, like, basically fat guys who hate women. And
how do we know they're fat?
Because they're sitting at home writing comments on YouTube about this.
Okay.
So I was just like, y'all have too much time on your hand, and how could you hate anything that much?
Yeah.
Y'all get a lot. Seriously.
Like, before they took it down, I think the want to see rating was as low as 28%.
It was very low.
Which,
wow.
like, doesn't really make sense considering the hype surrounding this movie. Now, like, and not just being like, oh, a Marvel fanboy or whatever, but, like, considering this movie, if you told me it was like 70%, I was like, oh, okay, maybe, you know, people don't really want to.
Well, I feel like I kind of want to see all Marvel movies, except for Thor. I don't think I was ever excited for any Thor movie, but I'm not a fan of Thor the character. But also at the same time, like, I'm not looking at Rotten Tomatoes to see, like, oh, should I go see this movie or not? If I want to see a movie, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, they kind of proved that with Black Panther, because they tried to do a similar thing.
It's kind of like Yelp. Like, do anybody actually go on Yelp and look at reviews for restaurants?
I think you only
restaurant reviews though. I look at restaurant reviews.
Okay, I was like, I think people only
but
use
I don't
Yelp
go on Yelp though.
I mean, I don't use Yelp, but I do read restaurant reviews.
Yeah.
Although not all.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I do read reviews, but it's like I don't go to Yelp because my thing is, I always say, is that people are always complaining on here. Yeah. So it's.
I mean, I didn't use Rotten Tomatoes until we started doing this podcast.
I mean, I've looked at it, and I was like, oh, it's like 80% fresh. But that means nothing to me.
Yeah, like, if I want to see the movie, I'm still going to see it.
If I want to see it, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, true.
There's only one movie that I did not see because it was like the last Die Hard got like an F. And I was like, if a movie get an F, it must be really bad.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it was really bad.
I think it is telltale when you get some movies that get like 0, like the really low scores. I think we should pay attention to.
Yeah.
Like, or when critics and audiences agree.
Yeah.
Like that's like maybe we should pay attention to that.
That's what I was like that's really bad. But like if a movie gets like a C or something, if I want to see it, I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah. So I just think that's dirty, and like I was saying before, there's more than just Brie Larson, you know, on this movie. Don't try to ruin other people's lives because you want to hate on her. Just don't go see the movie.
But is it just me? I feel like they didn't include more of the other cast in these press tours.
Yeah, it does seem. Well, I've seen her with Samuel L. Jackson.
Like I haven't seen what's his name? I didn't want to call him Phil Coulson, but
Oh, what is his real name?
Clark Gregg.
Clark Gregg. There you go. He's got 2 first names. Greg Clark.
But like you know, like when the Avengers movies come out, and it's like the whole cast is doing a bunch of stuff, and they're like playing games and doing all of this.
Yeah, family feuds and stuff like that.
I didn't see that with this movie.
True. Yeah, it seems like it's just Brie Larson. That might be part of the issue. There's no other kind of press
and it
out.
doesn't seem as fun.
It doesn't seem as fun. That's right. Because the Avengers movie would be real. Was she even on the press tour for Endgame?
No, because technically she's not in it.
Well, we all know she's in it.
Well, they didn't say she was in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's not in the trailers, you guys. She's not in it. Okay, first, I need to address something. Because everyone keeps going, like, oh, Captain Marvel's overpowered. She's just going to come in and beat Thanos, and that's going to be it. I'm like, no, Marvel's not that dumb. We're not going to do that. Like, yes, Captain Marvel is strong, but it's not going to be like she just comes in and, you know, beats Thanos, and then that's the end of the movie.
It's not going to be that easy.
Yeah. There's going to be hardship and consequences. So.
Like Tony Stark and Captain America dies?
Yep, at least one of them.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure one of them's going to... I really thought Tony was going to die in Infinity War when he got stabbed. I was like, this is how he dies. I was like, that. And, you know, even though he's not likable... Well, he's a likable jerk. I'll put it that way. Yeah, it's like you didn't want to see him die. Because he kind of redeemed himself by this movie a little.
Yeah.
Why did you dislike him?
Tony Stark is a jerk.
You don't like jerks? I do.
Some, yeah. But that's why I feel like I'm going to dislike Captain Marvel. Like, let me put this in perspective. I want to see her movies, and I'm probably going to watch them. But, like, her as a character, even in the comics, I don't like her character.
Yeah, I've learned that in my research.
She is a jerk, much like Tony Stark is.
She's worse than Tony Stark.
Yeah. So, while everyone goes, oh, she's overpowered, that is a huge character flaw for her. And having... The thing what Marvel does with their movies, character flaws, so you can relate to them. So I feel like they're gonna kind of.
Well, we got some movies of her, so.
Yeah, she's gonna be in it. Her and Black Panther, the leads of the Avengers.
They can just swap her out.
You haven't even watched the movie. She's an Oscar winner, okay?
Okay.
Right. Didn't we talk about this last week?
I think so.
We did.
We named like 5 movies she's been in that we didn't remember she was in.
13 going on 30? So, yeah, but since we're talking about Captain Marvel, let's get into her comic book history. So I got a few notes on it. Surprisingly, it wasn't as interesting as I thought it might be.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was like, she is not interesting. And they keep saying, like, she's a popular character. And people, I was like, is she? Because she's not interesting.
I will have to say she did make some noise for the feminist movement during the time. And, like, her character really fits with that, which I didn't know, really. She's another female character. But her character really kind of made moves in the feminist movement, I think. So that might lead to her popularity.
Never mind. Go ahead. Never mind. I'm not about to say that.
Oh boy. So, anyway, she debuted in the 1960s, in 1968, as an Air Force pilot. That was my first thing I kind of realized. I was like, 1968, and you got a female Air Force pilot? I don't think that was really a thing back then.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty dope.
You know, so you had that. Of course, she was caught in a explosion from a Kree device, which made
what was the Psyche Megatron or something?
Something weird like Psyche Megatron. Something, some weird comic book name that they give these things. For those of you who don't know, the Kree are an alien race in the Marvel Universe. We saw them in Guardians of the Galaxy. The main bad guy in there was Kree. Were they in any other movie or anything else besides Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
And Guardians of the Galaxy?
Just Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay, so if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were in the last season. They were a big part of that.
Yeah.
So that device, that explosion, made her a Kree-human hybrid. So she's kind of like half Kree, half human.
Because she absorbed Mar-Vell's power because he was trying to save her, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mar-Vell is the original Captain Marvel, which they're kind of skipping in this movie.
Disappointing. I was really hoping what's-his-face was Mar-Vell.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
no, he's not.
Jude Law, excuse me. I said Ty Law.
That's a cool name, though.
He plays football. Ty Law used to play football.
Thank you. I don't know where. I'm like, where did I get that name from? Jude Law. I thought he was going to be Captain Marvel at first, too. But I think what they want to do is kind of separate that character from Captain Marvel altogether and make her own character. Mm-hmm. So that's probably why they're doing that. But at this point in the comics, she goes by Miss Marvel, which apparently was a huge thing because the Miss title was apparently a sign of the feminist movement, which I didn't know at the time.
Definitely didn't know that.
Yeah. So it kind of separated her, like she wasn't Marvel Girl or anything like that.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her own separate entity, not married to anything, just Miss Marvel was her. Although she shared similar costume designs, which some people complain about. Also, Carol Danvers in the comics kind of fought for like equal rights and equal pay in the comics as a character.
I did see that. I saw a thing that she was working at the Daily... No, not the Daily Planet. What's the name of that?
That's DC.
The Bugle.
She was with Spider-Man?
Yeah, with J. Jonah Jameson, sorry. Mm-hmm. And she had her writing a women's magazine, and he wanted her to do fashion and whatnot, and she was, like, always pushing back. Like, wanting to do more progressive... I don't know how to say this. Progressive women things,
yeah.
I guess.
So, I say learning this about Captain Marvel / Miss Marvel kind of made me feel that Brie Larson was more of a fit for the role anyway, based on her strong ideals in standing up for women and minorities and stuff like that. She's very outspoken. I will give her that, and I mean... Sometimes I think for better press, maybe not, but...
I think when you're trying to promote a movie that when people are on the fence about wanting to see anyways, don't be controversial like that. Especially when it's not like a superhero movie. It's not like it's Malcolm X or something where you can be controversial. It's a superhero movie. Like, girl, just promote the movie.
Yeah. But definitely seems like she's a good fit for the character, though. You know, if the character's ideals are the same for yours, I feel like you fall into place easier as an actor. Mm-hmm. That's just an idea, whatever. In the 1980s, she had a controversial storyline. I don't know why Marvel kept doing this.
This was this. Okay, so I saw it was like Marvel 101, and they talked about this comic.
Oh yeah. So weird. So she got kidnapped, brainwashed, and impregnated by somebody from a different dimension. I don't know why Marvel keeps doing this, because that's like Jessica Jones' storyline. Like, kidnap, brainwash, and...
yeah.
Taken advantage of. I want to say it nicely. It's kind of like Marvel. Like, you guys, y'all make strides, to fit in places. But then we keep doing the storylines like this. I feel like one of those writers has some issues. Yeah, so... but after she came back from that, then it's this famous storyline that is about Rogue. And I think Derek wanted to cover that. So you want to tell us about Rogue and Miss Marvel?
Yeah, so the thing about with Rogue and Miss Marvel, whoa,
Miss Marvel.
now I'm getting, now.
I never heard of this character. Is she have like glass power? She rolls up into a ball? Or,
right.
Oh wait, no, she turns into marble, the stone.
Into stone.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I got the daring going on here.
Oh, Emma
Yes.
Frost. I'm sorry, before you talk about Rogue, we were just talking on the side here about how they should put Emma Frost in the MCU. Yeah, that'd be dope. I want to see Emma Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's a good character.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us about Rogue.
Wow. Yeah. So, of course, Rogue, if you didn't know, she was adopted as a child by Mystique. Reason why I'm mentioning this is because Mystique had a little bit of history with Miss Marvel. And Mystique, when she was coming up with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, she was having Rogue come in as well. Well, long story short, most of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants got captured, and Mystique wanted to get them out. So Rogue, with her power, is where that she can absorb people's abilities, along with memories, personality, and also their physical attributes as well. Mystique came up with the idea that if she absorbs some of Miss Marvel's powers, she will be strong enough to break out the members of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So Mystique came up with a plan to have Rogue absorb Miss Marvel's powers. And so what it was, what I read, it was that Miss Marvel was coming home from the grocery store, and Rogue snuck up on her and grabbed her, and basically, with the coaching of Mystique, told her not to let go. And she basically absorbed most of her powers. And basically, that's how Rogue ends up the way that she is now. That how she can fly, she has the superhuman strength, and it's because of what she did to Miss Marvel. And because of that, Miss Marvel was in a coma for a very long time, and also had amnesia because of the prolonged effect of what Rogue did to her.
How come Rogue didn't get the energy stuff?
There is
That's
an answer
true.
to that, and I will tell you guys that when we go over Miss Marvel's powers.
Okay.
Okay.
So if there is an actual clear and good answer to why she didn't get the energy stuff. Also,
Okay.
a side note to Derek's story, Rogue also has a piece of Miss Marvel's consciousness in her mind, which
Yeah.
causes problems for Rogue from time to
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
But I saw it on the YouTube.
The YouTube? Okay. So we're 60 now.
Yeah.
Is there any other YouTube?
It's only, yeah. There's YouTube and the YouTube. That when Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, first got her powers, like when she would use her powers, she wouldn't remember. So it was kind of like a separate person. Like she would use her powers, was like a separate person, and like she wouldn't remember what happened.
Oh, so there's like a Kree person?
Yeah, and like eventually I forgot, how what happens where she all of a sudden got control over those powers, but like when she first got it, it was like things would be happening and she wouldn't remember.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes, it was part of the 10 facts about Miss Marvel I watched, or Captain Marvel I watched.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I definitely didn't know that one.
Yeah.
After the Rogue thing happened, there were a lot of stories. She was a part of House of M and Civil War and Civil War 2, and she was in a lot of big storylines. Pretty much, she was in and out of the Avengers. She has a horrible personality. I'm gonna just put that down like
She's
right
also an
here.
alcoholic.
Yeah, she's an alcoholic too. She's a perfect replacement for Tony.
Don't say things.
Yeah,
Like, I'm just saying.
she is.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's her biggest character flaw, her personality. I don't think everybody's going to get along with her in the Avengers movies. We'll see how they play it, but yeah. So she was in and out of the Avengers. She had a few name changes. Binary is one, and that's a power explanation. We'll get to that. Then she went by Warbird, and then finally Captain Marvel, which is what we're skipping to in the MCU. Cool. When she came out, some people did take issue with her early costumes. A lot of women were happy about her progressive movements in the comic books. However, like her first costume, she had like long sleeves and a scarf, but her midriff and back was out, and her legs were completely exposed too. So it was kind of a weird costume.
That's true with all women superheroes, and I feel like because there's guys doing it, and so most of their outfits are pretty revealing.
Yeah,
And they have on thigh-high boots and like a bra.
Yeah.
like Scarlet Witch's outfit
Yeah.
in the comics
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
or no, like okay, going DC. If any of you guys seen Titans or Teen Titans, Starfire
Yes.
in the comics, ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Emma Frost, hers is pretty.
Yeah, Emma Frost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Basically anybody on the X-Men. Except for
anybody but
Rogue, but
because she can't.
yeah,
touch
but
the
that's
other.
because she had to be fully clothed.
So, yeah, that was pretty much the only issue I think most people had was her costumes, because her next one was like a leotard or something. That's the one without legs, right? Leotard or a unitard?
I don't know. I don't.
One
wear
of those.
these.
It was one of those. It's like a single piece, one piece bathing suit.
Is that a leotard? Is that a leotard?
I don't know, but I mean, I think the leotard's when it's not a bathing suit.
I have no idea.
It's one of those things that people wear, and her upper part is covered, but her legs are exposed, which is probably useful for like gymnastics or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that doesn't make sense when you're going to like fight battles and stuff. You might want like some kind of armor, but I guess she doesn't since she's like invulnerable.
What's that got to do with everyone else who dressed exactly like her?
No, everybody else, it doesn't make sense at all. It's like,
It
oh, let's
doesn't.
go fight. Let's wear less clothes than I normally wear. Like, it makes no sense. You're exposed now. So let's talk about her powers. So her original powers is superhuman strength, endurance, stamina, physical durability, some precognition, which I'm like, I didn't know that. And she's resistant to most toxins and poisons. That is her original power set. That is the power set that Rogue got.
So when did she get the energy things? After
Okay.
she became binary?
Yeah. After that, she became binary and tapped into a white dwarf, or no, a white hole.
Yes.
Gave her the power to control and manipulate stellar energy. And let's list off these
I
powers.
read that. Yeah.
So she can control heat in the electromagnetic spectrum, gravity, and travel at the speed of light, which is overpowered, extremely overpowered. Like,
Yeah.
super overpowered. After binary, her powers got reduced back down. So she had her original powers, plus being able to fly at 6 times the speed of sound.
Why 6? I mean, why could we not just do?
You gotta put a
know,
limit. We'll put a limit on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the speed of sound isn't fast.
It's not the speed of light. Nowhere near the speed of light. That's the issue. Because nobody
That's the
can
issue.
fly at the speed of light. It's against the laws of physics. She still has the precognition, and she kept some of the binary powers, but they're just powered down. So she has some energy blast, and she can absorb energy. This is the power set I think they're going with in the movie. which is good. Which means she's not super overpowered. Everybody who keeps saying it, it's like, okay, the director says she's the strongest character in the Marvel universe so far. Doesn't make her overpowered. That just means she's currently stronger than everybody.
Well, everyone right now doesn't have that much power.
Yeah, like
outside of Thor.
Yeah, the Avengers aren't that strong. Yeah, you got Thor. You got
and to
Hulk,
be honest, the original Avengers are not that strong.
No, they're not that powerful, so it's not surprising. They're like all in
That's
the
why.
field, and like a third of them are humans.
Yeah, you have Vision, Thor, and Hulk. Those are like your strongest ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what?
Yep.
Hawkeye, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Black Panther. Well, I guess he has power, so take that back.
Yeah, but he's
They're
like Captain
humans.
America strong.
Right. So yeah, so they're like humans with like 10 times a man's endurance. That's it.
Yeah. So I don't think that means that she can just come in and, punch Thanos in the face and be done. Like,
right.
You got to remember, like, this dude without armor on and half the time not even using the Infinity Stones were taking out the Avengers.
Dude, he kicked the Hulk's butt.
Let's talk about the beginning of the movie. He beat up Thor, and he didn't use an Infinity Stone. He beat up the Hulk without using an Infinity Stone.
And go back to the comics, or my version of watching it on YouTube. Everyone went up against Thanos and could not beat him. Like, literally everyone.
Yeah.
It was like the Silver Surfer and whoever else rules the universe.
And you want to talk about overpowered Silver Surfer.
Dude. Right.
Yes. Maybe he shows up in this movie. That would be awesome.
He's Fox, no.
Come on.
No.
That would be awesome.
I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information I have about Captain Marvel. I learned her power.
That's pretty much that was all that was out there.
Yeah, there wasn't really a lot. I was hoping for like a really interesting storyline or something I can grasp on, or something interesting about her but it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
That weird 1980s story, you didn't tell the whole story, but it wasn't really worth telling.
I didn't. No, I didn't tell the whole story. It's guys, if you want to look it up, you can. It's in if you Wikipedia Captain Marvel. It will tell you I forget the name of the story.
It was in a 200 Avenger issue.
Yeah, Avengers number 200. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't even want to get into it. I don't. So horrible, and nobody noticed. But didn't that same thing happen with Jessica Jones? No one noticed. This girl was gone for 6 months, and nobody noticed you were gone.
I don't understand comic book writers with their obsession of having people getting taken advantage of sexually.
I told you it was somebody there that has some issues.
Like, guys, why do we keep writing this in comics? It's not okay. It's not cool.
I don't know. But yeah, that's okay. We don't really need that storyline in there. So, good lord, that's Captain Marvel. So, guys, if you didn't know some of that, hopefully you learned something. And she's probably going to be a bit different in the movie coming up, but maybe that helps you understand some things about the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess that's about it. After this, we'll talk about what we're doing. So let's start with Derek. Derek, what you doing?
I didn't do nothing special. I had a little bit of free time, so I'm honing up on my skills on NBA 2K19.
All right.
But dude, people are real serious about 2K, and if there's any 2K fans that's listening, they know. You can't be no slouch with 2K, or they will not pick you to play when you play online.
Games?
No, you can play online.
Yeah, of course.
And there's a legit pickup game online. It's kind of like on 2K now. The world is opened up like The Sims, but it's like everybody.
Opened up like The Sims. That doesn't make sense. Hold on. Wait a second. What do you mean?
Okay, on 2K, when you create your player and you finish the storyline, and I can give the storyline on another day on the podcast. Always a storyline.
No one wants to know this.
Once you complete it,
They should have just did like they did the first one, and you just play for a team.
once you complete it, you're in the 2K world with everybody else that completed it as well. Now, from that point, you can start a regular season. You can be, the GM, whatever. But you have your character. And so, like, it's an open world. So you can take your character to get a haircut. There's a Foot Locker on the game where your character buy clothes, character get tattoos. Then there's also open basketball courts, and you can go to the basketball court and you will be playing other players online.
All right, then.
Yeah, that's how it's set up.
I can see the appeal, I guess, on that.
Yeah.
Because I stopped getting 2K games because they're all the same, and it gets real boring when you go to the champion in your rookie year, and it's like, okay, well now what?
Right. Yeah. But I did start a regular season, and I took the time and I created a draft class with my high school team. So everybody that played on the high school team with me, and all my friends that I grew up with, and all of our cousins on our mother's side.
Oh, I was like, what? That's like 100 people.
Oh yeah, not on our father's side. I just made our cousin Duran on our father's side.
All right.
But yeah, it was like about 30 people I created, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have time to work out or read a book. But we're doing this on 2K.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
you took the time to make 30 people.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, man.
I forgot to make your boy though, D, too hot.
Oh Lord.
Dude, you're not too hot.
Yeah, I gotta make Too Hot.
I mean, you took the time to make everybody else.
For all our fans out there that do not know, Too Hot was the creative player that D would make on every video game, no matter the sport: baseball, football, basketball.
He still is.
Her character was too hot.
Me and my friend, we made a character. His name was Bo something. I forget his last name. But he was blind because we made his eye. You can change the eye color. So we watched his eyes out. So he's like a blind sports player. So in every sports game, we would make him. Oh, that was so funny. All right.
Wow.
Well, Derek's playing 2K. I guess I'll talk about what I'm doing. I caught up on The Gifted. So I finished out the season finale. We'll probably talk about that sometime this month. But yeah, it's pretty good. The rumor, if there is a season 3, I'm still doubting if they're going to have one. Mm-hmm. That it's going to be Days of Future Past for season 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to finish this.
Yeah, so that's the rumor with that. Gifted is real good. It's real good. I hope...
It is.
I really hope we get another X-Men mutant TV show that is similar in quality to this one with the Disney stuff. Hopefully.
Because I was very skeptical about the show in the beginning.
Really? I thought start.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be real good. I started watching it and I was into it.
I like it from the start. I mean, even though there's a lot of people on the show I don't like. Or not that I don't like. I'm very irritated with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But like the show.
Well, I'm not talking about like the show before it came on. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the show before it came on. Like when I was hearing about it, I was skeptical about it then.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're talking about Fox, and I was worried about, because how they do their movies sometimes. So I was really worried about the show. And then it was right around the time, Inhumans came out, and we know how that went.
Yeah, but that was Marvel.
That was Marvel. And I think...
And that was Marvel.
Fox had a little bit of leeway because they were using lesser-known characters.
Yeah.
So you kind of get to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And some people are made up. Like, the guy with the lights, he's made up, isn't he?
I think he is made up. He's probably going to be a real character now.
Is he really popular? He's annoying. And his
They'll
power
probably
sucks.
make him real. But using people like Polaris,
Right. Like, it was like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Blink done justice. Blink was pretty cool in Days of Future Past movie. It wasn't
The
bad.
TV version is better, though.
Definitely. I'm saying, like, expanding on that, and then Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked him because we had, like, a couple of comics that he was in, and I thought he was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, even though he's, like, he was on the list of one of the few dead heroes in Marvel that actually stayed dead.
Oh, is he dead? I didn't know
Yeah, he
that.
is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he is not alive. He is not a current character.
See, they do kill people.
Yeah.
He only killed
Yeah,
people that no one
it was funny because there was like it was under the rare list of superheroes that actually stay dead.
Oh, well then. Some writer didn't like him. Yeah, so we had that, and then that was about it. We'll probably later this month talk about Gifted. See what everybody thought.
Yeah. It's so
Okay.
far it's good. It's not... Well, I don't want to spoil it. If we're going to talk about it, then everyone can catch up on it.
Yeah. So, Dolores, what you doing?
Nothing interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I watched this docu on Whitney Houston, which
Okay.
it was okay, but I didn't really learn anything you didn't already know about Whitney Houston. Like, who doesn't know?
I was like, how many documentaries has there been on Whitney
I
Houston?
don't know. This is the first one I watched, but usually you discover something interesting, like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, no, none of that. But it made me realize, like, how good of a singer she really was. Because I don't go around listening to Whitney Houston songs, but like, I don't think anyone can touch the voice that she had. Like,
Yeah.
I think she was just like probably like the best singer ever. Like
Oh.
I really think she is.
Yeah, I was gonna say some people would dispute you on that.
What, that Whitney Houston is the best?
I didn't say I would dispute you on that. I said some people would.
I would like watching this and like hearing like her sing and stuff. Like even when she was like a kid, I'm like, I don't think anybody could touch her.
That's true.
Yeah, she's definitely a talented singer. I get that.
Honestly, I would say her and Mariah Carey, even though Mariah Carey is crazy and haven't put out good music in a while. Like, their voices, though, singing-wise.
I don't know.
Actually,
Ariana
easily.
Grande has kind of got Mariah Carey.
I mean, Mariah Carey can hit a high note. But
Ariana Grande, she has surprised me. I've never really listened to her music recently, and she got skills.
she does, but I mean, she can sing, but she's not.
I was talking about. When he said Mariah Carey, I didn't say Whitney Houston. I said she's got Mariah Carey. I think.
No, she has Mariah Carey. But yeah, so that's what I discovered. I was just thinking, like, I don't think I can name a person that has a better voice than she does. And yeah, proceed to send angry emails if you like.
Yeah, send your angry emails to 3drivals@gmail.com and make sure you put them towards Dolores.
Do it. Do you check that email account?
Yes.
You.
Of course.
We could actually be getting emails.
No, last time I checked it, we did not have any emails.
When was the last time you checked it?
Sometime in the past.
Let's check it now. You know the password?
That was forever.
Anyhow, that was the podcast, guys. Thank you very much for listening. We definitely appreciate all of you fans out there. And, of course, 3D Rivals is the podcast to listen to. So, 3D Rivals, just do it. That's our new slogan. 3D Rivals. Just do it. But yeah, thanks guys. You can catch us on our email, which is 3drivals@gmail.com. If you want to send some messages over or anything like that. Besides that, peace out guys, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.